In terms of metaphors in the Quran, how do metaphors play out in the Quran compared to in the Christian Bible?
Well, he has various prophets use metaphors. Solomon, when he's dealing with ants and birds, I suppose that's metaphorical language. He calls the birds together and says, well, where's the hoopoe? And he's not there. And he says, I wanted him to show up at this conference of the birds. And then the hoopoe comes in and says, I'm sorry, but I have a new message for you. I was flying over the Queen of Sheba's domain, and she doesn't worship you. She's an idolater. And so Solomon sends the hoopoe back to her and says, well, come and visit Solomon, and he'll straighten you out. Now, I suppose that could be considered metaphorical language, but it's pretty literal, and it shows in things can talk. Mountains can talk in the Quran. And when there's a sinner who's being consigned to hell, he says, I didn't do that. And his skin says, oh, yes, you did. I was there. And he says, how can you talk? And he said, the Lord lets whoever he wants to talk. So there are elements of what we would consider folk tale in the Quran, as there are in the Bible, whether Old or New Testament. But as I say, I think, if Francis could preach to the birds, I guess the birds can report to Solomon.